I'm moving on to step 2. I added some stability to the legs by adding these horizontal pieces to hold the pieces together. I'm going to finish this chair by collaging some material to the seat and the back and the legs. I'm probably going to do some collaging on the insides of the legs. That's when I glue the paper on top, it will hold these tape pieces together. This tape won't hold for a really long time, so I want to make sure that I do the step 2 part within a day or two of step 1. If I come back longer than that and the tape has come apart, that's okay. I could always just reattach it before I do the collage. The underneath part, I'm just going to collage a little bit here and make sure that I hold these pieces together. I'm not going to worry a lot about finishing the underside. To do this, I'm going to start with my pieces that I'm going to use here. I don't know that this will be enough, but I think I'll use this for the seat. I'm going to push this here. I'm going to turn it over, do some tracing, and hopefully be able to do this without damaging the work I've done. That's pretty close. These pieces that I'm using to collage are pieces of wallpaper samples that were donated by a parent, a generous parent, some years ago. You can do this with any kinds of paper. You could also just use markers or color pencils or crayons or any other color materials on your piece of furniture. Now that I have that fitted, I'm going to go ahead and see about using a piece for the back. I don't have enough to do the back, so I'm going to use this piece for the back of the chair. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to gently trace around this shape. I want to think about, again, making sure that I don't over glue, but that I have plenty of glue around the edges and also in the middle. The back of the chair, I'm going to use these pieces that I have left over, do sort of half and half. Now I have my chair upholstered, and now I need to think about the legs and the arms. I have some other materials here for those pieces, and I will be really carefully gluing those on. Sometimes you might have to take a few minutes to just hold these pieces where they belong after they're glued to really get them to stick. I'm going to put some temporary pieces of tape to hold the fronts and the backs together where they're not sticking well. And I'll remove this tape when the chair dries. One of the most fun parts of making art and making sculpture for me is solving the problems that arise as I'm working. This one I think I can tape and then even cover that up with my next piece that'll help hold all this together. So as you're working and you notice that maybe pieces aren't staying together as you're collaging, you can use a little tape just to hold pieces together. Arms the way they are, and I'm going to need to stop working on this to let the glue dry. When you are creating your sculpture of a piece of furniture, do your best. It is going to present you with some challenges and some problems to solve. But if you take your time, give yourself plenty of space to solve problems and to figure out solutions as you work, then this should be pretty fun. I look forward to seeing your work.